Hello, thanks for tuning in to the Turfway Park Report for Thursday, February 2nd, 2017. 9 live races on the card for you. The poly track is fast, temperature in the mid-30s. The first race is a maiden claimant event. The claiming price $7,500. They'll race 1 mile, field of 7 to go postward. Morning line favorite, a big class dropper, number 1, Neo Vibrant from the Ben Colebrook barn. They are off in the Thursday evening opener, and the starter called him in a perfect line. It's Due to His Charm who's sending on out, but bears out and impedes several horses there shortly after leaving the gate. But along the inside, Neo Vibrant comes through to be a clear-cut second. Congrats to Kuko, spun out 3 wide. There's Furious Spot racing in the 4th position. I'll Give You War is 5th, 2 in front of Big Brown 7s, and then after that troubled first turn, Luray Road is last of the 7. 7 lengths from top to bottom. As they start to sort themselves out, they pass the 6 furlong marker and straighten up the back stretch. And it's Due to His Charm, well off the rail, shows the way. The favorite, Neo Vibrant, races towards his inside in second. There's a link for the back to Furious Spot, who's in third. I'll Give You War races along in the 4th position, covered up by Congrats to Kuko's as they continue to run up the back stretch. Then a link for the back to Big Brown 7s, and Luray Road still last of the lot, but only 8 lengths from top to bottom the first quarter. They walked it out 25-3, and they make their way up the backstretch and past the half in 50-4. So pedestrian-like tempo being set up top as Neo Vibrant and Due to His Charm. Those two are now stride for stride as they race into the far turn. I'll Give You War comes through to the inside of Furious Spot, starting to run on from the back. Here comes Congrats to Kuko's and Big Brown 7s. The whip comes out now, and nothing yet from Luray Road, who still can see them all. Midpoint through the turn, and up top, Due to His Charm shows the way. Neo Vibrant hugs that rail spot. I'll Give You War set to tip 3 wide as they run to the top of the stretch, and the favorite, Neo Vibrant, cuts the corner and set down for the drive. Neo Vibrant off the turn in front by 2. Due to His Charm had no response. Big Brown 7 from the back of the pack continuing to grind the way up the fence down the stand side. I'll Give You War in the final 16th. Neo Vibrant, Alonzo Quinones is going to take the opener here. Neo Vibrant breaks maiden on the class drop at 3-5 by almost 4 in the end. Due to His Charm was second. Big Brown 7s was third. I'll Give You War was fourth in 141-1. Number 1, Neo Vibrant, the favorite, breaks the maiden here on the class drop for the Neo Zion management. Ben Colebrook trains, and leading jockey Alonzo Quinones was up top for the winning ride. Neo Vibrant, 320, 260, 210. Second was a long shot, number 2, Due to His Charm. Third, number 4, Big Brown 7s. And fourth to 3, I'll Give You War. The exacta was worth $20.40. The try, $54.60. The Superfecta, $194.20. Running time for the opener was 141-1. Tonight's second race is a claimant event for 4-year-olds and up, which have not won 3 races since February of 2015, or which have never won for a lifetime. The claiming price $5,000. They'll go 6.5 furlongs. Heavy favorite, the Ohio bred, number 1, Weaver's Ice Cold, with Ronnie Prescott. Hey. They are off. Stumble at the start for the favorite, Weaver's Ice Cold, is last. It's Infiltration who sends on out. There goes Clearly Perfection up and firing, and Duero off the gate in third. Captain Cook taken in hand is fourth, about 3.5 off the pace, 2 in front of Stealing Summer, then a margin of 4 to Persian King, and after that blown start, Weaver's Ice Cold can't see them all, 15 lengths off the lead. Up the backside they wheel. It's Clearly Perfection at 99-1, shows the way. Here's pressure to the inside from Duero. Those two are now stride for stride through an opening quarter in 23-4. Infiltration stalking the pace while third, only about 2 lengths off the lead, and then separation of 2 to Captain Cook and Stealing Summer. Starting to close in. Here comes from the back of the pack, Persian King, and still nothing yet from Weaver's Ice Cold, about 9 lengths off the lead. So up top, it's Infiltration has come to tackle to the outside of Clearly Perfection. Duero's being ridden with the whip to keep pace along the inside. The gray Persian King loops up in the yellow blinkers as they reach the top of the home stretch, and Infiltration's the one to catch. Infiltration and Johnny McKee turn for the home with 3 to spare. So Infiltration will show them to the judges. Persian King down the stand side, continuing with that relentless pursuit inside the final furlong, and Infiltration running up the score here. Infiltration's going to win like a even money shot should. Infiltration by, we'll call it 7 at the line. Persian King was second, Clearly Perfection third. Stealing Summer, the Illinois bred, was in a photo with Weaver's Ice Cold for the 4th spot, 117-1. Number 7, Infiltration, stalks the pace, was given the green light, turned over home, and drew away with authority for owner Stephen Baker. Ed Frederick, the winning trainer, and John McKee was up top. Infiltration, $420, $283. Second, number 6, Persian King. Third, number 5, Clearly Perfection. Fourth, number 2, Stealing Summer. The exacta 22.40. The try for $1, 181.40. The daily double of 1 and 7 came back $7.80, and the superfecta $1,930.20. Running time for race 2, 1:17 and 1/5 second. Tonight's third race, a claimant event for 4-year-olds and up. 12-5 down to 10-5. The claimant tag will go a mile. The favorite at even money on the morning line, number 6, Never a Dull Moment with Orlando Mojica. Away and running. Aesop broke sharp, as did Hot Buttered Soul. Jack Tripp is a pace presence while racing third. Spanish Justice is fourth, Stormy Goin is fifth, and the favorite, Never a Dull Moment, has ducked down to the rail, saves all that ground into the run to the first turn. So it's Hot Buttered Soul takes over, shows the way by a length. Aesop well in hand in second. There goes Jack Tripp up to overtake that spot, as does Stormy Going. So Aesop got shuffled back into fourth, and then a separation of about 3 back to Spanish Justice, who races in the middle of the course, and the favorite, Never a Dull Moment, is last of the sextet. Up the backside they go. The first quarter mile was fast, 23-3. So it's Hot Buttered Soul, shows him up the backstretch, in front by just about a length now. Stormy Going, tracking in the second spot. Jack Tripp is content to track in third, while 3 lengths off the pace and 4 in front of Aesop. Through from the inside, and Never a Dull Moment is up 1 spot, and that relegates Bill Burkett's Spanish Justice to last of the lot. Entrance into the far turn, half mile in 47 and 2. So Hot Buttered Soul shows the way, but the cavalry's coming. Jack Tripp overtakes the lead. Here's Aesop with a 3-wide bid. Being punched along, here comes Spanish Justice as the complexion of the race changes outside the quarter-mile pole. So overtaking the lead, it's Aesop. Whip comes out on Jack Tripp. These two are 3 lengths in front of Spanish Justice, who's set to tip 4 wide. Hot Buttered Soul throws the parachute along the rail, and here comes Never a Dull Moment. Green cap is set down for the drive, moves into third, has an 1/8 of a mile to catch Aesop and Jack Tripp. In the final furlong, it's Aesop and Jack Tripp. Never a Dull Moment grinding along the rail. Deep stretch here for Jack Tripp. Jack Tripp and Aesop, they're nip and tuck. They're a 1/16 of a mile to go. Jack Tripp to the inside, Aesop to the outside. These two nip and tuck down to the wire. Photo! Could go either way. Aesop to the outside. Jack Tripp was on the inside. Noses up and down in 1:38 and 4. Exciting stretch duel here between number 3 Jack Tripp and number 1 Aesop. Goes down to the wire, and number 3 Jack Tripp got the head bob for Stephen Baker for a second straight Onan victory on the card. Ed Frederick 2 in a row as well, and Abel Lascano was up top for the winning ride. Jack Tripp 840, 380, 220. Second, number 1, Aesop. Third, number 6, Never a Dull Moment. And the fourth goes for Spanish Justice. Exacta, $37.60. The $1 try, $37.20. The Super, $362.20. And the Pick 3 was worth $19.40. Running time, 1:38 and 4. Tonight's fourth race is a claimant event for the Fillies and Mares. Wide open, claiming price $5,000. The race 1 mile. Scratch number 7, Baja Bessie. Morning line favorite at 8-5 is number 5, Seattle Firm, carrying the orange Mike Jamison Silks. They are off and running. Seattle Firm broke well, as did Call Me In on the stretch out. These two were disputed onto the run of the first turn. Leaving in Vegas came away in the third position. My Regent's Lady is fourth, covered up to the outside by Prize Perfection, and that put Sweet Rock in the last in trailing position. So Call Me In leads them midpoint through the opening turn in front by 2. Seattle Firm has deferred to the second spot. Leaving in Vegas tugging hard against the jock there in third. She's covered up by My Regent's Lady, who is in fourth. Prize Perfection is a 4-wide fifth, and separation of 2 to Sweet Rock, who's undefeated on the poly, is last but only 6 lengths off the lead as they continue to run up the backstretch 5/8 of a mile from home. The first quarter was 24-3. So moderate tempo from Call Me In. Quinona is going to work trying to dole her speed out on the stretch out. She's in front by about a length and a half as they're outside the half-mile pole. Seattle Firm, the big favorite in chase mode, in second. In between horses races My Regency Lady to the inside. Leaving in Vegas is fourth. Prize Perfection, the gray, still out wide as they circumnavigate the turn, and still last Sweet Rock. Can see them all, half mile, 48 and 4. So controlled tempo up top for Call Me In. The whip comes out on Seattle Firm. She's in chase mode. Here's My Regency Lady, loops up 3 wide. Leave It in Vegas being punched along in fourth. Prize Perfection being churned on by Lagunas. And now Sweet Rock is underway from the back of the pack as they run to the top of the lane, 3/4 in 1:14 flat. And they've got to get to Call Me In as she turns them on down 3 to the good. Seattle Firm in chase mode in second. My Regency Lady not doing doing enough in third, and Sweet Rock continuing. The Grain has an eighth of a mile to catch, but she's 7 lengths off the leader, and that leader is Call Me Anna. Seattle Firm's going to try to take one more crack at her in the final 16th of a mile. Call Me Anna trying to hold Seattle Firm, and Call Me Anna on the stretch out gets it done here to give Quinones 2 on the card. Seattle Firm was second, long way back to My Regency Lady, who was third in 140-4. Number 1, Call Me Anna, makes every pole a winning one, all the way coast to coast up top, well rationed by Alonzo Quinones for his second victory on the card. Number 1, Call Me Anna, owned and trained by Laura Billmere, 8th lifetime victory for this mare, as she returns 860, 340, and 320. Second, number 5, Seattle Firm. Third, number 4, My Regency Lady. And fourth goes 3, Sweet Rock. Exacta, $21. The Try, $146.20. Daily Double, $53.60. Super, $398 even. Tonight's fifth race, a maiden special weight for the fillies and mares. They'll go 6 furlongs. Scratch number 1, She's Over the Moon. Morning line favorite was number 5, In the Shoes, with Dick Cardenas. They are off. And it's Spana Princessa who broke sharp, but now In the Shoes will win the break and through from the inside, Shoney. Thank God She's Gone's an up close third. Through from between horses in the hot pink. Here comes Pimba. And last away early is for Emily as the field runs up the backstretch. They're only 5 lengths from top to bottom, so well bunched, but now starting to clear off. There goes In the Shoes. In the Shoes for Donna Taylor shows the way by a length. Shoney comes to the inside of Pemba, who's to the outside. Those two are second and third, and a length in front of for Emily, who rides the rail in fourth. Spana's Princessa's taking a wide angle into that turn, and 4 lengths further back last is Thank God She's Gone, another first-time starter last of them all. So In the Shoes and a confident Dick Cardenas shows the way in front by a length and a half. Whip comes out on Shoney. Pemba is being churned upon to keep pace while third. They're going to stack up 3 across the track as they run to the top of the stretch, the half in 47-1, and they spin for the money. In the Shoes turns them on down. In the Shoes in front by 2. Shoney is second down the stand side. Pemba and grinding away up the fence comes for Emily as they're deep in the stretch, and In the Shoes is slipping away here. Shoney under a full out drive to hold second from Pemba because it's all over up top. In the Shoes will get it done tonight. In the Shoes for Ty Biggs, going to win by about 4 in the end. Shoney was second. Pemba was third, and for Emily was fourth. Number 5, In the Shoes, breaks her maiden tonight. Lucky start number 11 was the victorious one. The winner owned by Ty Biggs, trained by Donna Taylor. In the Shoes breaks maiden in style and returns 380, 240, 210. Second was number 2, Shoney. Third, number 4, Pemba. And fourth to 3 for Emily. There was a late scratch of the 7 Pinata Cat behind the gate, so all those wagers were refunded and a couple of consolation payoffs. The exacta was worth $740. The daily double, $29.20. Consolation double with the 7 was $940. The pick 4, $188. The pick 3, $68.70. Consolation pick 3 came back $21. The pick 5, $177.80. Running time 112 flat. Tonight's 6th race is a claimant event to go 1 mile. Morning line favorite number 5, Main Man Mike, with Alberto Pusac. They are off. Ephraim S. stumbled, leaving the starting gate unseated. The rider, Leon, is still down on the track as they race into the turn. It's Siva who emerges with the lead. Twice Mike away in the second position. Kathy's Kitten is a 3-wide third. 4-wide fourth comes Boom Boom Frankie. Northern Empire is in behind horses in fifth. Main Man Mike is tugging hard against Pusac there in sixth. And last away early is Northern Empire. They pass the 6 furlong marker and they straighten up on the backstretch. Jockey Sonny Leon has walked off the track there by the finish line. So as they go up the backside, it's Siva. Shows them up the backside through a slow opening quarter, 25 seconds flat. So Alonzo Quinones will go to work on trying to ration out the speed of Siva. He's in front by 2. A link for the back, Main Man Mike is on hold as the loose horse just went to the inside of him. Kathy's Kitten is a 3-wide third. Through from the inside, and Twice Mike is fourth. The half mile is 49 seconds flat. They continue the run up the backstretch. Now they enter in the far turn. So it's Siva just to the outside of that loose horse there on the 3-wide side. Here comes Boom Boom Frankie. Kathy's Kitten being punched along between horses, and a link for the back to Twice Mike and Northern Empire. As they're outside the quarter-mile pole, it's Siva still shows the way. Boom Boom Frankie looming large and putting a bid in outside the quarter pole on the 3-wide side. And the Ephraim S, the loose horse, has floated Siva out and about the 9 path and through from the inside, gaining good momentum now. Here comes Main Man Mike as they straighten away for the money, and Siva has took the worst of it. Siva out by the starting gate. It's Boom Boom Frankie to the inside. Now here comes Twice Mike. Twice Mike inherits the lead. Northern Empire there in second as continuing to get floated out as Siva deep stretch. It's Twice Mike, and Siva is running on well gamely in second despite being hindered the entire stretch journey. Northern Empire was third, and Main Man Mike was fourth, but your winner, Twice Mike.
Number 2, Twice Mike, benefits from Siva getting taken to the parking lot by that loose horse. Number 2, Twice Mike, gets the job done for Gennaro Garcia's Southwest Racing Stable. Chelsea Kaiser was the winning rider. 780, 420, 364, the winner. Second, bad luck and defeat there for number 1, Siva. Third was number 3, Northern Empire, and fourth, the 5, Main Man Mike. The exacta, 48.60. The try, 125.80. The double was $15.60. The pick 3, $71.70. There was a consolation pick 3 with the late scratch in race 5 of that 7, and that returned $19.50 for the consolation. And the superfecta, $610.40. Running time 140.2. Tonight's 7th race is an allowance event to go 6 furlongs, scratch numbers 3 and 6. Morning line favorite has drawn the rail, number 1, Contrasting with Malcolm Franklin.
And they are racing. And Curious Ruth wins the break. Quick start as well for You Cheated. And aptly away through from between horses comes Secretariat Humor. Kentucky Lady is down along the inside of her in fourth, and Contrasting is last of the 5, but only 3 lengths off the lead. Well-bunched pack as they race up the backstretch just outside the half-mile pole. Secretariat Humor has come through from between horses to overtake the lead from the long shot Curious Ruth. Kentucky Lady backpedaling in third, now being passed by Contrasting, and You Cheated, undefeated on the polytrack, is fourth, starting to close in as they head into the far turn, first quarter, 23 seconds flat. So it's Secretariat Humor to the inside of Curious Ruth. Here comes Contrasting, putting in a 3-wide bid, while third, 4 wide comes You Cheated, starting to unwind from the back of the pack as the field just outside the quarter-mile pole. Secretariat Humor and a confident Alonzo Quinones will cut the corner through a half in 46 seconds flat, and they're on their way home. Secretariat Humor turns them on down. Here's Contrasting, lunging up to the outside. You Cheated down the center of the track in third, 1/16 of a mile left for Secretariat Humor, who's opening up by 2, but here comes You Cheated, lunging up to the outside. Secretariat Humor just from You Cheated down to the wire. Secretariat Humor, You Cheated, lunging down to the wire. Photo! Secretariat Humor to the inside, You Cheated to the outside. Noses up and down on the wire in 1:10.4.
Number 4, Secretariat Humor, hanging on for owner Charles Fipke. Jeff Greenhill, the trainer, and Alonzo Quinones handles this, a 5-year-old mare, Distorted Humor, for the victory. The 3 wins on the card for Quinones. Secretariat Humor, 680, 320, 240. Second, number 7, You Cheated. Third, number 1, Contrasting. And fourth, number 5, Curious Ruth. The exacta was $10.80. The trifecta, $32.40. The daily double was $34.80, and the pick 3 was worth $38 even. Running time 1:10.4. Tonight's 8th race is allowance optional claimant event for the fillies and mares to go 6.5 furlongs. Scratch number 3, Summer Vision. Morning line favorite number 7, Sudden Fame, for trainer Tommy Drury.
Movement from Mischievous Cat down towards the inside. Now they are off. And Lake Turkana caught a flyer. It's Near Shore sending on out through from the inside. Between those two is Miss Knucklehead. Sudden Fame, the favorites, away racing in the 4th position. Mischievous Cat away in 5th, about 4.5 off the lead, and 5 in front of Impossible Tale as they continue to run up the backstretch. And then a length and a half further back to Tizzy Be Hot, and the trailer is Park Celeste. First quarter, 22-2. Long shot, Lake Turkana on a clear and uncontested lead thus far. She carries him into the far turn run in front by 2. Sudden Fame, the favorite, is putting in a bid in out in the 2 path while racing second. Mischievous Cat just overtook third from Miss Tucklehead, who starts her retreat in 4th. Near Shore starts to run on from 5th. A link for the back to Tizzy Be Hot and Impossible Tale, and Park Celeste are the 2 trailers, half mile 45-4. So Lake Turkana has come back to the field. There goes the favorite, Sudden Fame, cut loose by McKee. Mischievous Cat is 2 wide, 3 wide. Third comes Near Shore, and running on from the back of the pack, both Park Celeste and Impossible Tale as they straighten away for the money. The Sudden Fame outside the 8th pole in front by 3. Mischievous Cat's trying to hold second from the back of the pack. Tizzy Be Hot is rolling down the stand side, up the fence. Impossible Tale, Park Celeste down the center, but no stopping Sudden Fame. She's going to win by about 5.5 in the end. Tizzy Be Hot was second. Park Celeste Southwest third. Mischievous Cat was fourth. Tough Luck for Impossible Tale, who was fifth, 117-3.
Number 7, Sudden Fame, now a perfect 2 for 2 over the Turfway Poly. Sudden Fame on a 2-race win streak here, owned by Ramona Bass, trained by Tommy Drury, and Johnny McKee up top for his second on the night. Sudden Fame, 620, 440, 320. Second, number 8, Tizzy Be Hot. Third, number 5, Park Celeste. And fourth to 2, Mischievous Cat. Exacta, 23.60. The Superfecta, $427.60. The pick 3 was worth $39.40, and the rolling double, $26.60. Running time, 117-3. Tonight's ninth and final is a claimant event to go a mile for the fillies and mares, which have never won 3 lifetime. Claiming price $5,000. Scratch number 2, 6, and 7. Morning line favorite number 4, Sparkle Slew, for trainer Troy Newton.
And they are off. Glory Range being put to the whip early, sending on out, hustled on out by Oots there. So Glory Range wants the lead and has it and the rail as they race into the turn. Miss Frankie came away racing in the second position. Sparkle Slew is away in third. Roman Canvas is fourth, about 7.5 lengths off the pace, and still 3 to Rohan, who has 1 horse beat, and that is Pew, 1.5 lengths further back as they pass the 6 furlong marker. First quarter in a fast 24 seconds flat. So Glory Range leads them up the backstretch charge in front by almost 4 now. Miss Frankie in hand while racing in second. Sparkle Slew, the favorite, is on hold in third. Through from the inside, Pew is overtaken fourth from Rovan Canvas, and Rohan will have to pass them all. He's last 15 lengths off the lead. Up the backside they go, just outside the half-mile pole. So it's Glory Range still shows them up top, but the lead is now down to 3.5. Miss Frankie still second. Here's Sparkle Slew starting to tighten up in third. Roman Canvas is fourth. Pew is fifth and underway from the back of the pack. Rohan has kicked it into top gear as they took the half in 48-1. So it's Glory Range still shows them up top. Miss Frankie racing along in the second position. Sparkle Slew is third. Roman Canvas is fourth. Here comes Rohan gearing up from fifth as they're outside the quarter-mile pole. Glory Range is collared now by Miss Frankie. Sparkle Slew is third. Rohan switches to the grandstand side as they straighten away for the money, and Miss Frankie emerges. The 3-year-old opening up by the 8th pole in front by 2. Glory Range trying to hold second from the clouds. Here comes Rohan up into third, deep in the stretch, and Miss Frankie is pouring it on here. Miss Frankie, the 3-year-old, is going to beat the older horses by about 4 in the end. It's going to be a tight photo for second between Glory Range and Rohan from the clouds. Sparkle Slew was fourth in 140-2.
Number 3, Miss Frankie, a decisive winner taking the nightcap. Miss Frankie, 3-year-old, owned and trained by Rick Jordan. Gabe Lagunas up top for the winning ride. The winner, $11.20, $5.80, and $4. Second, number 5, Rohan. Third, number 1, Glory Range. Finishing fourth, number 4, Sparkle Slew. Exacta, $42.20. The try, $133.20. The super, $318.40. The late double, $44.20. The pick 3, $218.40. And the pick 4, $902 even. Running time for the nightcap, 140-2. Well, that wraps it up for this Thursday edition of the Turfway Park Report. Live racing returns tomorrow at Turfway, Friday with a first post of 6:15. For all of us here at the track, thanks for tuning in to the Turfway Park Report.